The one time gaming was ever scared. So, I used to live in New Jersey. There was a magazine called Weird New Jersey, and I think they have them for every other state. I'm not 100% sure on that. But it was just weird places that you could go to that kind of had like scary-ish vibes to them. And me and my friends were obsessed. Like, we went to a lot of places. Okay. So, in one town, there was an abandoned slaughterhouse. What the story was... Hold on, let me lower the music, actually. We're going to pause the music. So, the story was... There was a slaughterhouse, which belonged to a family. And the guy went crazy. And something about the county was trying to take his farm away and did it in a really illegitimate manner, right? And I'm not going to be paying attention to chat because I want to get through this story and then I'll catch up. So they took it from him somehow. Like, I guess he couldn't, something like that. This was a story. I don't know the facts. So the guy went crazy. Ended up killing his family, and then ended up in the insane asylum, which was literally like walking distance away, but it was a far hike. Okay, so it wasn't close, but it was pretty close. You know what I'm saying? You could walk there, but it was a hike, right? And we visited the slaughterhouse before. The slaughterhouse, it's just a slaughterhouse. It wasn't a big deal or anything like that. Like, it was just an abandoned slaughterhouse or whatever. The only scary thing, we went there like 2 or 3 times. And, the only thing scary there was just like bums. There would be like homeless people living there, and, you're not expecting to see people there. And like, yeah, that's basically it, right? So then we found out there was an abandoned insane asylum, and we actually read up the story. It did close abruptly. And there wasn't really too much details. And dude, this insane asylum was huge. It was like a village. And then in the back was the insane asylum. And we decided to go there. Me and like 8 other friends. We came strapped. We had weapons like golf clubs. Some dude brought a crossbow. Like, we were strapped, bro. And so this is a long story, actually. I'm sorry. This is going to be a long story. So we get there, and it was the middle of summer. And I remember I was wearing like just a white t-shirt, just like a white tee. And so we get under this gate. The way you had to go into it, you couldn't go like through the main roads because there was cops. Like, it was much easier to get caught. It's trespassing. So like, and this was a long time ago, so statute of limitations are over. But so we go under this hole. I kid you not. Bro, right when I go through that hole, like in a fence, it was a hole in a fence. And bro, I got goosebumps. I started shivering. I was real fucking cold. I got cold out of nowhere. It was crazy because all I was wearing white tee, very relaxing day, right? Summer night. We keep going, and we heard screaming. Like, legit. We heard screaming. A girl screaming for her life. We just chalked it up that night. We don't even know what happened. We just chalked it up that night as some girl was over at the slaughterhouse and just got freaked out there with like doing their thing. And like, we never figured that out. But yeah, that's what we thought it was. But dude, this girl was like screaming. And it was like too far for us to like find what was going on. Like, cause it's close, but it's not close. So we keep walking up the village. It's like a path. Then there's houses everywhere. And we get to the insane asylum. It's all boarded up. So we have to go in the basement. Bro, we get into the basement. The first thing we see is a cell with a bed. The cell is open. There's a brand new lawn chair facing the cell. And remember, this place has been closed for like 20, 30 years. That shit freaked me out. Then we try to go upstairs because we're in the basement. We're trying to find a way up into the insane asylum. Bro, on the light bulbs, like only one worked. And it was flickering. And like, you know what blood looks like when it's dried up? That shit was on the light bulb. It could have been paint. I don't know. I'm not a forensics expert. There was blood, like fingerprints, on that light bulb. That shit was freaky too. We go up to the insane asylum. We get up to like the first floor, and then after that, it was like we couldn't get any higher. There was a menacing wheelchair right in the middle of the hallway, like everything else. And that was pretty much it there. And then we leave there. And there was like a building off to the side, to the left-hand side of us. It was pretty far away, but like my dude was like a spy. He had like a headset that amplified noise so he could hear far away. And like, he was like, yo, there's some lights there. There was a building there. And there was one guy standing guard in front of that building. They couldn't see us, but we could see them. And the cell was open. There was a person in the cell too. So there was a person downstairs. There was a person watching the guy in the cell. Mind you, this place has been closed for 30 years. 20, 30 years, something like that. Yo. Hey, Fire Demon YouTube, thank you for the follow. Hey, sub to my YouTube as well. So, hey, sorry, but I hope your Wednesday's going well. And we check out we didn't go any further. We just didn't want to get in trouble. We didn't know what was going on. So we just left. We start going home. Like going back to our cars, which was a hike again. This place was huge. And bro, we heard this dog barking. Just woof, 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 over and over. It would not stop barking. And then when we got to our cars, we still heard the dog barking. So the dog was barking for legit like 30 minutes straight. Then we were high schoolers, so we were talking about, yo, what do you guys want to eat? You guys want to go to Applebee's? While this dog is still barking in the background. We hear the dog cry. And we leave. On the side of the fucking road was a dead dog. I swear to God. That was literally the scariest night of my life. There were so many things unexplained that I have no idea what was going on in that insane asylum. And that was the scariest moment, night of my life. So many things still unanswered. So many mysteries.